How can we trust your rabble not to turn at this last moment? How many of your conscripts have family bonds to the Vendrian Guard? It is decided. The disfavored will take the vanguard of the assault. It is the only way to assure success before the edict comes to pass.
Graven Ash's roar pulses your eardrums, his face reddening as he yells.
Oh, you're so young. We can forgive you for being stupid. Without your Archon of stone to bring down those walls, you're out of your element. Only the chorus has the numbers required to swarm the walls from all sides. We will lead the vanguard of this battle.
The best the chorus could accomplish would be leaving a ramp-shaped pile of corpses propped up against the walls for my warriors to use. Their fortifications are not a concern. Even understaffed, my Earthshakers could breach the masonry in short order.
Another brilliant idea! Cairn's cult is, we're sure, every bit as trustworthy and sane as the late Archon of Stone himself. You did notice the spire at the center of the Citadel? Hard to miss it, being only the tallest thing on the horizon and such. Certainly your Earth mages won't do anything stupid like, say, breaking the spire's foundation? What could possibly go wrong?
You're trying to have some telepathy back dealings with me right now again? Behind Ash's back? You hear the voices in your head. We love saying the name Cairn just to watch him squirm. Graven Ash had so much more hair back before he met us.
I trust them more than I trust your circus of rapists, sellswords, and turncoat tearsmen.
Graven Ash turns his head and upon seeing you in the tent, relaxes his posture.
Tunon's Fatebinder has arrived.
Yay! It has arrived. Sure. Let's see here. I can talk shit about someone, but I don't wanna. Our operations in Echo Crossing and Tripnettle Wilderness were successful. Why aren't you two marching towards Ascension Hall?
Nothing would please us more than to be done with this wretched valley. Perhaps if we had more support from the disfavored, and from the court.
Now that we are all assembled, I want reports. The Scarlet Chorus was going to resolve the Oathbreaker presence in the Outer Valley. What became of that?
Yes, what did become of that? We should know already, yet we do not. If we are not mistaken, the Fatebinder played a pivotal role in this operation. Fifth Eye, shed light on this baffling question.
The Fatebinder did indeed assist the chorus, there we go, in a fashion. The Oathbreakers were cut down, but the Fatebinder's wrath spared none, and Captain Pellox Florian was not taken alive, much to our disappointment. The Fatebinder seems to have applied disfavored justice to Florian. Such a waste.
And look what showing them mercy has done for us. My scouts report seeing chorus thugs fleeing your camp, defecting back to the enemy. They are abusing your mercy, and you either don't notice or don't care. The former is negligence, the latter is treachery.
I disagree. He would have made a perfect captive, but he was a raging zealot with a death wish. Capture wasn't an option.
Iron Marshal, I understand we've established a foothold across the Mittani. Report.
Securing the Mittani was a gruesome affair. An agent of the School of Tide still lives, and the river was turned against us. Despite our losses, the day ended in success at Echo Crossing, though victory came at a great cost. In securing the riverfront, it was discovered that the denizens of Echo Village were in possession of stolen iron. Fuckers used our own arms against us. We of course put the village to the torch, and the Fatebinder wisely backed our claim, to show them the price of resistance. Our victory pyre burns on the horizon for all to see. A few of them got away, but their leader, Captain Mittani Sybil, did not. Our spies tell us she was one of the founding members of this insurrection. Her death will no doubt dishearten the Oathbreakers.
One less noble scion of Apex with delusions of relevance. Good riddance.
Have we forgotten why we marched south in the first place? Are we to rule over a sea of corpses? Have you any idea how difficult it is to tax dead people? Your treatment of the locals is short-sighted. We alone follow the commandments of the Overlord.
As if to emphasize his words with a conductor's wand, the voices of Nerat flourishes his jeweled scepter in the air. And he tells me, "This is absurd. We aim to bring mercy and peace while Ash remains fixated on ruthless slaughter. We take the noble path of tolerance, acceptance, forgiveness towards the enemy." I mean, you kind of almost also break people through torture and mind magic. So, there's that. While the disfavored would happily see every tearsman in a grave or a cage. And yet we've seen as the wicked trouble someone. Couldn't fit that little E and 1 in here? Cool. My intent was to honor the cause and bring you a captive, but it would have taken a gang of warriors with nets to take her alive.
A shame, as no doubt she had much to teach us. Had we been present, we could have subdued her with some simple cantrip. But we understand. You aren't nearly as powerful or capable as we. Your failure is understandable.
Gee, thanks.
Kyros' Day of Swords approaches, and our allies in the disfavored and the court refuse to work with us. There is clearly only one reason for this. Graven Ash and Tunon have allied against us. You conspire to rob us of our deserved glory!
Emerald-colored trails appear in the air as the Archon madly swings his scepter, gesticulating with growing rage. We see how it really is. You're all against us. Oh, he's kind of snapping. If you two are unwilling to work together as Fatebinder of Tunon, I will order you to do so.
With whom do you stand?
The voice of Nerat's mask tilts sideways as he lurches forward, wagging his scepter at you. And he wants to tell me, now's not the time for compromise. One of us will have the honor of completing this glorious conquest. We know you will choose wisely. The tent grows quiet as the gathering looks to you in anticipation. I mean, I feel like... Let's check our favor. Tier 3 favor. And 0 wrath. And this guy has 1 favor. I think it might be better to side with the voices here. But my worry is that this might be a scripted event, and which one I don't pick is gonna turn against me. And I do like Graven Ash more. But if I side with Graven Ash here, I think this guy has had enough and he's about to snap. And he's gonna try to kill me or try to kill Graven Ash. Either way, I don't want that. And there's also the aspect of my companions. If I side against the disfavored, I feel like Barrick is way too loyal to them, and he might leave our party. On the other hand, I feel like Verse has enough loyalties to maybe stand with me. Because she's been with me for a while. And while she might be a spy for the voices, or at least she was, I'm gonna risk it, I think. But maybe... Let's see what happens if we do this one. You will march on the Vendrian Wall Citadel, together or not at all.
You test my patience, Fatebinder. We did not ask for a weak compromise that leaves all parties unsatisfied. Whom do you support? Are you going to let the Scarlet Chorus traitors have their way? Or will you stand by Kyros' true disciples, the disfavored?
Crap, that did not work out the way I wanted it. So I'm just gonna have to go with the disfavored. But yeah, there's gonna be trouble.
You honor us, as I knew you would. You have made the right choice. The disfavored have stood at the forefront of battle since the first days of the war, and now we have the honor of winning this final battle.
Graven Ash salutes you, his fist striking his breastplate with a thunderous clatter.
Our beloved Chorus! We have too many lives to protect. We can't allow your foolish decision to destroy us all!
A brilliant emerald green radiates from the Archon, and the chatter of a busy marketplace seems to fill the tent. The scepter he normally holds as a playful prop is now clutched as a bludgeon ready to strike. No! We did not work so hard only to be denied our rightful glory in the end! You will die with the disfavored! He's snapping! He's losing it!
You would dare harm me and our guest from the court?
The air crackles with electricity as Graven Ash lifts his maul to strike. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, what did he do? What did the voices do? Oh, I think he had teleported out.
This means war! How did it come to this?
You rouse to consciousness to the sight of Graven Ash swatting his hand toward a thinning green mist where the voices of Nerat once stood moments ago. Yeah, so I think he teleported out. But he left Fifth Eye to die, I think. Or these guys might be just normal guards. Are you sure you wish to go to war against the Chorus? Actually, thank you for having my back, bro. Bald bro.
Just old soldier reflexes. Couldn't be sure if it was trying a simple illusion or a bolt of fire. Either way, needed to be sure my guests didn't perish in my war tent. Wouldn't be able to live that one down.
We will just have to take Ascension Hall without the Chorus's help.
Yes, and instead of having false allies on our side, at least we can march on the Citadel knowing full well who is friend and foe. And it goes without saying, the disfavored needs you now for this glorious battle. Please speak with the Iron Marshal. She will give you the specifics of our plan.
Okay.
The Archon of Secrets left behind one of his spies. Perhaps we should send her back to her master in pieces.
Oh shit, I was afraid of this. Graven Ash narrows his eyes and points a finger at Verse. Barrick's armor makes a discordant sound of iron bending under pressure. Everyone assembled in the room looks at him. Oh, is he gonna move against Verse? That would be terrible.
Something to say, Barrick?
Or is he gonna stand up for her, having spent time with her? Having earned his respect. There we go.
Nothing at present, Archon. Forgive the interruption.
Barrick looks to you with a vague hope in his otherwise impersonal stare. I think he wants me to stand up for Verse. Or he wants me to allow him to strike her down. But Verse is with me.
You would harbor the Archon's henchmen in your company? This is aiding and abetting the voices of Nerat. I cannot stand for it.
She can't tell us about the Scarlet Chorus or the voices of Nerat if she's dead.
You would twist her loyalties from the Chorus to yourself? A fool's hope if ever I heard one. Safer to leave her hanging by a gibbet or rotting in the pillory for the Legion's amusement. But I can tell that you won't be swayed.
I mean, if her loyalties was with the Chorus, wouldn't she have just stabbed me in the back right there when he snapped? Instead, she just stood there. I mean, she could be here as a spy, but I think we have enough favor with her. I think she's the one in our party who we've gotten the most favor with. I think we even have her combo ability, her loyalty ability. So maybe we can persuade her, or we already have, to stand up with us instead.
You are playing a dangerous game, Binder. If you wish to hold a venomous serpent so close, I will allow you your own self-destruction.
But why isn't she speaking up? Is she scared of talking when Graven Ash is talking? Or is she just contemplating things?
Now leave me. When you are ready to join the assault, speak to the Iron Marshal.
I will, but I'm hoping Verse is gonna have something to say. Let's find out. There's no blinking icon here, but maybe she has something new to talk about.
At your service, Fatebinder.
Verse Loyalty 3, at your service. So maybe I have enough. We are Loyalty 3. 12% to Tier 4.
What do you need?
Ah! Are you a spy for the Voices of Nerat? Is this new? Might have been here before, but let's try it. Verse regards you with an unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each of yours in turn. I was. And to be perfectly fair, I think I've been more or less transparent about it. But that doesn't change anything about why I chose to travel with you. If you didn't want to, if I didn't want to, I'd just leave. What did he want to know? He never told me. He just said to keep an eye on you, but there was an implication that I have an opportunity to report in, as if I would have. More likely he would have stolen my mind and learned everything I knew, just to make sure I didn't leave anything out. So if you have any reservations about my discretion, keep that in mind. You are just doing your job, no harm done. Well, I'm grateful that we don't have to make such a big deal out of it, and waste our time wondering if we can ever trust each other again. Honestly, it's refreshing. Cool, I think that's resolved. Also, can we duel? Oh, I think that I know where this is going. Maybe she can buff my skills.
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
Interesting. So because her skills are in knives and bows, I can buff that up for training. I wonder if that's going to be like a 1 per rest thing, or 1 per day. Something like that. And maybe I can do it with these two as well. But it's probably going to take a few hours in game. But we should have at least 6 days until the edict, so I think we're good. Let's try dual wielding knives. Neither of these are very handy for me, but let's try that.
Exotic. Good choice. I'll leave you to guess which one is my dominant hand.
Oh, we got 5 dual wield skill ranks. Cool.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or did I tire you out?
I want to ask you about our travels.
What did you have in mind?
What do you think about our present circumstances? Well, there's an edict hanging over heads. As far as I'm concerned, the incompetence of the disfavored got us into this mess, and it will take the fury of the Scarlet Course to get us out of it. In other words, nothing ever changes. Well, I think we're done with that. Let's check if, Landry! You have magical skills, that's handy for me. Can you teach me anything? We could get to know him, but I don't think we're gonna do that just now. We'd need to do that with Barrick as well. Tell me about your magic. Oh, I don't much like to brag about things like that. Can you teach me anything? Sure. I can show you how to blend your own inks, train birds to think you're their mom, how to turn a goat into parchment, but I'm sure you'd prefer to learn some magic. I would indeed. If the school of inking quilts still mattered, I'd be more tight-lipped, but if we're going to travel together, you should know how to mend wounds, especially if I'm killed. I know the edict still looms, but if you have a few hours, I could show you the basics of healing magic, or at least how I learned it. I would be honored to learn a little of what you know. Alright. We'll start with the first principles. When mending wounds and easing pain, we invoke the magic of the Orphan Midwife, Archon of Rebirth. By invoking her sigil, we channel her mastery, however briefly through our hands. Now, Trace a sigil following the lines in the order I sketched them. Minor, loyalty, and fear, if I go with a war mage. Let's follow his instructions. Since this isn't your first cantrip, I'll move a little quickly, but I think you can keep up. And we got 5 control life skill ranks. Sweet! Awesome! Oh, we got 5 hours or 5 days to go now. Is there anything I want to learn from Barrick before we head out?
You look as if you have something on your mind. By all means. What can I do for you?
You seem like you're a more than capable fighter. I trained with the spear and shield in my youth, but gave it up the day I learned his favorite iron. I can still throw with some accuracy, but it's a challenge these days. It knocks twice on his helmet. Yeah, I guess he's not very mobile. Why? Were you interested in sparring sessions? So, we got... Is that throwing? Maybe? And sword. Let's not do either, because it takes time. Let's head out and talk to the commander. Here we go. Iron Marshal Erinius. The time is upon us. We march on Vendrian's well to show the Tearsmen the price of insurrection. Kyros' edict will soon come to bear, and we should move at once. Fatebinder, if you're willing, I could use your assistance. We are a tight-knit band, and while we are not outclassed, we are outnumbered. Will you march to battle with us? I will join you for the battle, but I'm not amused by this little fight between armies. The Overlord brings peace. The Sword of Disorder runs against the harmony Kyros gives us. We will answer for our actions in due time, but for now, our survival hinges on taking Ascension Hall. Killing the Scarlet Chorus is self-defense by any measure. Our forces are assembling as we speak. We will meet you at the Citadel. Raven Ash protects. She offers a firm salute, then turns to her troops. Cool. So I guess that means next up we're going to head to the Spire itself for the final assault there. However, that is going to be a tale for another day. Hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below, and share the video around. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.